Measure for measure. Claudio is in a jail cell awaiting his imminent death. He needs help from his sister Isabella, who's about to enter a convent. Isabella may be able to help her brother, but she is faced with a horrible decision. Should she save his life or hers?
Now, sister, what's the comfort?
Why, as all comforts are, most good indeed. Lord Angelo, having affairs to heaven, intends you for his swift ambassador, where you shall be an everlasting leader. Therefore your best appointment make with speed. Tomorrow you
Is there no remedy?
None but such remedy as to save a head, to cleave a heart in twain.
But is there any?
Yes, whether you may live. There is a devilish mercy in the judge, if you'll implore it, that will free your life, but fetter you till death.
Perpetual durance?
Aye, just perpetual durance, a restraint. Though all the world's vastity you had, you determined so.
But in what nature?
In such a one as you, consenting to it, would mark your honor from that trunk you bear and leave you naked.
Let me know the point.
And you fear me, Claudio, and I quake. Lest thou a fever's life shouldst entertain, in 6 or 7 winters more respect than a perpetual honor. Darest thou die? The sense of death is most in apprehension, and the poor beetle that we tread upon, in corporal sufferance, finds a pang as great as when a giant dies.
Why give you me this shame? Think you I can a resolution fetch from flowery tenderness? If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride, and hug it in mine arms.
Speak of my love. There, my father's grave did utter both the words. Yes, thou must die. Thou art too noble to conserve a life in base appliances. This outward sainted deputy, whose settled visage and deliberate word nips youth in the head, and volleys not the new as the falcon not the fowls, yet a devil. He fills within me against. He would appear upon as deep as hell.
The precise Angela.
Oh, 'tis the cunning delivery of hell, the damned's body to invest and cover in precise guards. Dost thou think, Claudio, if I would yield to my virginity, thou mightst be free?
Oh, heavens! It cannot be.
Yes, he would give it thee from this rank defense, so to offend him. This makes the time that I should do what I abhor to name, or else thou diest tomorrow.
Thou shalt not do it.
Lord, but my life, I'd throw it down for your deliverance as frankly as a thing.
Thanks, dear Isabel.
You ready, Claudio? Your death tomorrow.
Yes. Has he affections in him that thus can make him bite the law by the nose when he would force it? Sure, it is no sin. Or of the deadly 7, it is the least.
Which is the least?
If it were damnable, he being so wise. Why would he for the momentary trick be perturbably fined? Oh, Isabel,
Says my brother.
death is a fearful thing.
And shame in life a hateful.
Aye, but to die. And go we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot. This sensible warm motion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in a thrilling region of thick-ribbed ice. To be imprisoned in the viewless winds and blown with restless violence round about the pendant world. Or to be worse than worse of those that lawless and uncertain thought imagine howling, 'tis too horrible. The weariest and most loathed worldly life that age, ache, penury, and imprisonment can lay on nature is a paradise to what we fear of death. Sweet sister, let me live. What sin you do to save a brother's life, nature dispenses with the deed so far that it becomes a virtue.
Oh, you beast! Oh, faithless coward! Oh, dishonest wretch! Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? Is it not a kind of incest to take a life from thy own sister's shame? What should I think? Heaven shield my mother played, my father fair, for such a warped slip of wilderness never issued from his blood. Take my defiance, die, perish. Might but my bending down reprieve thee from thy fate it should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, no word to save me.
Nay, hear me, Isabel.
Oh, fie, fie, fie! My sin is not accidental, but a traitor. Mercy to thee would prove itself a bar. It's best that thou diest quickly.
Oh, hear me, Isabella.